What's up? Hey guys. Yeah. So what's that? That was no fun to get in here by myself. Let me make sure I'm not doxing anybody. Let's make sure we don't dox anybody. Give me a moment. I don't want to dox anyone. I don't want to dox anyone. Gotta make sure we don't dox anybody. That'd be bad, right? Here, let's do this just so we don't have to worry. Oh my God, this thing is heavy. It is not fun to move. Especially, I had help getting it into my car. I did not have help getting it into the house. So we're going to stop this thing from moving around because I'm going to be moving around a lot. So we're going to stop it from moving. We're going to bring it down a little bit. There we go. That'll work. So yeah, we have Magneto. So I guess it's time for a story because you guys love stories. So let's get into a story first, shall we? Let's talk about how this wound up being here. Ready? So, a friend of mine in the community, a friend of ours in the community, he had mentioned that if one came available in my area that I might be able to acquire it. One came available off the back of a truck. No, clown hammer. One came available about a 3.5 hour drive from my home. So I went back and forth with the individual and with Peopoly. So the group of us were talking. And Peopoly agreed to let me take this unit. And I just had to go get it. So I said, I will take the 3.5 hour drive to go get it. So today I got up early, took a 3.5 hour drive to Southern Illinois. Along the way, I got to see something really cool. Maybe not everybody's interested in this, but have any of you heard of Gold Rush Rally? Do any of you know what Gold Rush Rally is? For those who don't know, Gold Rush Rally starts in California and ends in Chicago, and I live in Illinois. I thought, I kind of assumed that the Gold Rush Rally was going to take 80 across and go 80 up into Chicago. No, they took 55 and came into Southern Illinois and then drove all the way up 55, all the way up through Illinois to get into Chicago that way. This morning, as I'm driving down 55, I see like Cannonball. Yeah, it's similar to a Cannonball. But I saw they have a car that is like a Toyota Camry or something like that, that was kind of like their lead car. And on the side of it, instead of saying U-Haul, it says We Haul on the side of it. And I saw that and I was like, no way. There's no way that I'm going to get to catch Gold Rush cars coming down the interstate. There's no way that's going to happen. Sure enough, about 3 or 4 miles down the road, I see a Ferrari and a Porsche go by, and I'm like, and they said Gold Rush right on the side of the car. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And then I'm driving a little farther and I see McLaren, Porsche, Ferrari, McLaren. I'm like, holy shit. And the funny part is I watch Daily Driven Exotics. I don't know if you guys know who they are, but I watch their videos. And in the video they put out today, there's a McLaren that's pulled over and has like a bunch of cops around it. That McLaren was one of the first cars I saw going up the interstate. So it was just kind of cool to know that I just watched the video of this car being pulled over a few states over. They're about a day, probably about a day behind on their uploads. So like maybe 1 to 2 days behind on the uploads. So from when they took off till now, what I saw today probably won't wind up in a video till either, it won't wind up in the video till either tomorrow or possibly Monday. But it's just really cool to know that, like, I've been watching, Daily Driven Exotics' little adventure on Cannonball, and then I got to see the cars go right past me. They were going north, I was going south. You know, so that was cool. So that was a little, like, had I not seized this opportunity, I wouldn't have gotten that opportunity. So today I've been like, seize opportunities. If you see one, take the opportunity. If it's there, don't say no, take the opportunity, because you don't know what else is going to come. So from my little adventure to go get this, I got to see that. So that was really cool to me, to see several $1 million worth of super and hyper, well, supercars. No, I didn't see anything hypercar, but seeing a bunch of supercars, you know, several $1 million worth of cars going up the interstate past me was pretty cool. I still had hoped to run into the Daily Driven Exotics car, because I was hoping to run into Damon and get my hands on a hat, because they do the little, like, if you meet him up at a gas station or something, occasionally he'll throw a hat your way. I thought it would be kind of cool to have a hat, because they made some special ones just for this rally. So you only get them if you meet up with them on the rally. Thought it'd be kind of cool to have one, but I didn't get to. Not a big deal. And I didn't get to see their car because conveniently Mother Nature had called, so I had to pull off the interstate and do what I had to do, and got back on the interstate, and the rest of the trip down I didn't see but maybe 2 or 3 more cars. And then I got off the interstate, so for all I know, when I got off the interstate, they could have rolled through afterwards. So, but yeah, so a 3.5 hour drive got me down to Southern Illinois to pick this up from the gentleman who I received it from. And speaking of, I do need to send a quick email. Oh no, I think I just did. Yeah, I just did. Okay. I had to send my email verifying that I did receive it and the condition that it was in, which is new in box. This is a Gen 1 Magneto X. The Gen 1s, as everybody knows, had some issues. So we'll see what issues this one has. And it did come with the enclosure. And since from the Gen 1 to the Gen 2, there were some changes, a Gen 1 enclosure wouldn't work with the printer that he had received in place of this. So the Gen 1 enclosure and the Magneto X. So we have an enclosure and a printer. So we'll get this thing fired up. We'll get it out of the box. We'll get it set up. We'll see what it's going to do and what we need to do. Because other than seeing reviews on it, seeing it at events, and then not really getting a chance to be hands-on with this thing, I know very little about it. So we're going to get it out, get it fired up, and see what we need to do. So that's what today's stream is just get this thing out of the box and then see what is going to need to be done. So today's stream is, let's figure it out. So, and I'm impatient. I could have scheduled this and we could have did this another day, but I just drove 6.5, 7 hours round trip to get this thing. I'm impatient as shit right now. The 3.5 hour drive home with this thing in the back of the car, and all I wanted to do was just cut the box open and just like stare at it. So we're gonna cut the box open so I can stare at it. You guys can stare at it too if you want. I'll let you guys look. Just don't get in trouble with your missus. All right, let's grab a slicey dicey tool. Let's move the chair back into the doorway so I have room to get around. Thank you for streaming. I am excited for you. Zyber, thank you, thank you, thank you. This is one of those, like, I'm thankful that I know people in the community and people are wanting to help me, because this wouldn't have happened any other way, because you all know I financially can't afford something like this. So this would not have happened if not for community members and connections. But I can confirm, if Vin should happen to watch this, I can confirm it is factory sealed. So this was factory sealed. There was no foul play involved. So if anybody is wondering, yes, it is factory sealed. Here is the cool looking parts list that they send. If anybody is interested in seeing what you get in one of these, here you go. It does tell me too that right there, this is Lancer PETGC. And then there's some of there's the stuff that comes with it. There's a little QR code. And then, of course, on the back here, it has the Dear Valued Customer with the in case shipping is damaged. Unboxing, it says, Safety First, Team Lift. The Magneto X is a robust machine. For safe unboxing, we highly recommend having 2 people to lift and position the printer. Safety is paramount. Teamwork makes the process smooth and secure. Well, I am my own team, so I will strong like bull. Probably going to have a hernia. I probably should have set this on the floor, not going to lie. But if I set it on the floor, then you guys won't see anything. So I'm going to do my best, and if I have to, I'll slice the box and we'll fold it out, and then I'll pull the box out from under it. But we got two big chunguses of foam here. And then we have box number 1 and some foam. We'll put the foam in the box. It's just packaging. 3D Medic Vince, good to see you, sir. Hope you're doing well. By the way, Icon, I saw you. Hope you're doing well as well. Okay, let's pull out the rest of the cardboard. I would love to show you guys what it looks like in the top, but just know that these are sitting on top of the frame of the printer with styrofoam in between each one. So this is a big printer. For those who don't know, its build volume is 400 by 300 by 300. So it is a massive printer. I think, yeah, there's a full spool of that PETG CF. Okay, it's Lancer PETG CF. So I have a full spool of polycarbonate PETG carbon fiber, sorry. So that's pretty cool. I mean, they do want this to be a high-speed, high-end machine. So that's pretty cool. Do I dare attempt to set this thing on the floor and then pull it up onto the table? Would probably be better, huh? Okay, you guys, please don't laugh at my potential aches and pains here, okay? Do not laugh at me. This thing is massive and heavy. Cut the box down around it. Yes, I know, but we're not going to. There we go. Havoc, good to see you. Hope you're doing well, man. I think I just lost one of my testicles. Woo! I can definitely understand why they say team lift. I carry this out of my car into my office space here. I have this wonderful, very solid table that we're going to set this on for now, because she'd be a massive thing. I'm gonna cut loose some stuff that's in here real quick. There is actual plastic banding used to hold everything inside, this yellow banding. So good on them for that. Here's the spool, full spool, Lancer PETG CF, as per the guide. It does say that's in there, and it is in there. Here's a box of stuff. Let's see what's in the box of stuff. We have some PTFE tube. Yeah, a complete second hot end. Some screws to put things together, some tools. Let's set some stuff off to the side here real quick. We have zip ties and stuff. We have a set of cutters, zip ties, plastic bits for securing things. We have what appears to be for clearing clogs, a little pusher for clogs. We have a bracket and a filament guide, or tube guide. Some screws. a big chungus piece thing of glue, USB cable, and then tools. There's a nozzle wrench, it looks like there. There's a flathead driver and a bunch of colored Allens. So they send you colored Allen keys or Allen wrenches. So that's pretty cool. All right, I'm gonna see if I can get this piece of foam out of here through the top. Let's see, will this come out through the top? Probably not. Okay, well, we'll leave that, but we will pull the screen out because I can get the screen out from the top. Here's the small screen. That is definitely a 7-inch screen. Does have HDMI and USB-C on the side here, as well as a wheel. Not sure if that's for the light or if that's for volume. Why it would have volume, I don't know. It looks like it's probably a contrast wheel to turn the brightness up or down. So it doesn't get damaged. I'm putting it in the box for now. Tip it on its side and slide it out. Clown hammer, if I had that much space, buddy, I would. If I had the space, I would do that. Currently, I do not. Let's see. Let's see if we can pull out. Where is a good place to grab? Oh my goodness. Oof. You guys don't want to see my face right now. Holy crap. Wow. Whew. Holy bejesus, is this thing massive. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. This is probably one of the biggest and heaviest printers I have ever lifted. Holy shit. Oh. Give me a minute, guys. I need to regain my bearings. That thing is massive. It doesn't, size-wise, it's not like the biggest, but it is freaking solid. So if I could say nothing more for this printer, the frame is freaking solid. Holy. Yeah, we're gonna have to find a more stable place for it later. Probably them big, thick, heavy shelves behind us. Probably a good place for it. And I will probably be recruiting my neighbor to assist with that. I'll be like, hey neighbor, remember all those times I let you borrow my drill? I'll be like, why don't you come over and assist me real quick? Oh, I don't want to close this yet. I still have more foam to get out. But yeah, this thing is, she's a biggin. She is a biggin. Got to get this foam out of here some way, somehow. There we go. There we go. Twist it, pull it, pop it. There we go. Get that out of there. Build plate, 400 by 300. That is massive. Ah, it's not even mounted, so we have to mount the build plate. That'll be fun. Here's the scraper, the spool holder, the power cord, and the screws and springs for mounting. I'll get that stuff closer to the camera here momentarily, guys. Bear with me. Again, I am a team of one. I don't have a I don't have the ability to pay someone to come work with me. So we're a team of one making things happen. I will say this much. Hoofing that heavy bastard out of there. PayPal, Cash App, Venmo links down below if you guys want to help pay for the hernia surgery. All right, let's get this massive. This thing is heavy. Holy hell. Like, I wish I had a scale to weigh just this. Holy crap. Man, this piece alone is massive. Holy shite. Okay, we gotta pull this out this way, and we're gonna prop it up on the box because it's heavy and it needs to come out of the way so we can get the other part out. Oh my God. This is solid aluminum, guys. Like 10 mil in spots, maybe. Holy cow. That piece alone is massive. Whew. And it was connected to this. If I'd have known, I could have tried to wedge that out of there before I took it out of the box. That would have gave me back, I'm guessing this is all of probably 20, 30 pounds. Like 20, 30 pounds. This thing is heavy. Holy crap. Okay. Turn this. Set that down. Okay. Oh, I am getting a workout today. If that PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, gift some memberships, whatever. If you think I've earned it today, please do it. I'm not going to say no. I'm going to be very thankful that you all care about my health and repairing my hernia. Tuck that in. Tuck that in. I think all the foam is now out. I'm gonna just take these two pieces, stick it in here, and figure out how to get this damn box out of here now. Woo! Ugh. Ugh. Okay. I'm so strong. Look at me. Even this empty box is still pretty damn heavy. Wow. Just set the box over there. Perfect. Wow. All right. I do know I have to clip a couple of zip ties here, guys. I do apologize. I don't have like camera over top. Oh my God, I forgot the magnets. Let's see. Can I cut from underneath a little better? There we go. Probably best to, yeah, cut from underneath because the magnet tried grabbing the cutters right out of my hand. What if we just come in here and make sure there's no wire there. I hope this isn't messing with the microphone. Like, that's a piece of rigid plastic there. 10 months. Thank you, bearded bucket. Oh, thank you, brother. Greatly appreciated. I am working up a sweat today. And you gifted 5. Brother, thank you. Woo! I got to move this part out so I can get to it a little better. There's that one out of the way. Let's get this one out of the way. Okay. That one will probably move once we clip some more here. Just dealing with these magnets on this thing is insane. Like, forgetting that it's using magnets for the motors, not actual motors. You know what I'm saying? Linear motion. Okay. There we go. Get all that out of the way. Whew. Thank you for the membership. Yes, who'd you get, by the way? You got Clown Hammer, Just Push Print, Thorpe, Casey Wood, and Kevin Custom. Like custom, only custom. Okay, move that over. That is weird, not having a belt for resistance on this. Like, I know you guys know what I'm talking about. Like when you move a hot end and you have like the belts to add resistance. There's no belts to add resistance here. There's just the bearing that it's riding on. Oof, my back is feeling that now, guys. I am going to be one sore puppy later. But I think like most of us, I think you can agree it was worth it. I think you can agree. It was worth it, me hurting myself for this. My back is... I'm going to need to sit down here in a little bit, but we're going to get stuff done because I am too antsy. I probably should have properly stretched beforehand. And I probably should have tried to recruit someone to help me. Scheduled it, recruited someone to come help me with this. But I didn't because I'm impatient. So that's a me issue. Don't do what I do. I tell you guys this all the time. Do not do what I do because I am not a smart person. There we go. We've unwrapped the HDMI and the USB-C cable for the screen that will get mounted right here. So these, and then what's this? Oh, the camera. Oh yeah. There's a camera too, by the way, guys, up here in the corner, right in this corner. There's a camera. And then here's the USB and the HDMI that will plug into the screen once we connect it. I am going to spin this around because this is the front of the printer. Even though the tool head is here and it is mounted facing this way, it is actually forward going this way. So we will spin the printer around. But I think first, let's get the bed mounted. I do not see anywhere in this where it tells me anything about like an assembly guide other than scanning a QR code is my guess. There was no USB drive in here, so I'm assuming they don't send it with any kind of a USB. They did send it with the cable to connect to the drivers or the controllers for the linear motors, so you can connect it to your PC and then play around with those to kind of dial them in a little more. So there is that cable, so that's cool. Was worth watching you crush your spine. Sure, huh? You've done dumber things. Sure, we all have. Yeah, I'm going to slowly spin this around. It is much lighter now with all the packaging and everything out of the way. However, I did just shift the... let's make sure those rubber feet are all on the table here. There we go. I did just kind of shimmy the bed down, but thankfully nothing is damaged there. It stayed in a pretty good spot. Okay, so we need to pick this up. Spin it into place. Okay. They are all pretty much in place. I'm assuming the spring goes in between. I'm sweating a little bit. Working AC would have been nice. Oh. Bear with me, gang. We're gonna find the how-to, and we're gonna how-to it. But I am assuming that because there is a screw, a spring, and a washer, that the spring and the... Oh, and there's even a little spacer in there. So I'm assuming maybe this just goes right into that, but then how... Yeah, I'm kind of wondering if the spring goes in between. We're gonna look at that and make sure we get it right. So let's go to the Peopoly Magneto X setup. instructions. There we go. There's the wiki. That's the enclosure. Printer user manual. There we go. Let's take a look at the user manual. Setup guide. I believe I already added it to Orca Slicer. We have a table set up. They are saying something about air quality and ventilation, temperature and humidity, unboxing the Magneto. We can skip that part because I already did that. Let's get this thing, let's scroll down so we're out of the box. Let me back up a little bit so I can show you guys pictures of what it looked like at the top before I get crazy. Mine was already off the pallet and the bands were already cut, but everything was still factory sealed, taped. When you open the top of it up, you do see these foam pieces and these pieces of cardboard. This is all just packaging. There's nothing inside of any of that. Then they are saying here, first take the foam on all four sides of the printer. I did not do that. You guys saw that. I did not. Probably should have. And then there was 4 corner pieces, but I did not take those out either. We were able to kind of one-handed or one man lifting it. I did have my hands on these 2 rails like this, lifting up like they show. They then set it down and cut those little, and by little I mean big. There is a load and unload button on here. Look at that. For filament. Yeah, buddy. First time in over a week you have looked out the window and not a cloud in the sky. Well, it is muggy and cloudy here. But there's the brackets for the bed. There is the spool, the screen, and the box. This is what they look like when I cut those straps off. So that's what you saw there. And then, yeah, it was just pull everything out. There's pretty much everything that came in the package. I did show you guys all that stuff. And then again, they're showing the filament, the screen, and the box of stuff. Pull that out. Then here's your build plate. 4 yellow protective covers for the motors. Yes, I cut those off, cut those free. And then, of course, the tool head. Find the yellow plastic cover used to protect the X-axis for the next step. You take the X one and you lower it down. Well, we were able to not have to do that at the moment. And then shift the build plate up into place, which ours is in there. And then, yes, it is showing that they set that, it is got a gap there. And then, yeah, the screen, the screws and everything go in from the bottom. So, interesting. So I'm assuming they just wanted to rest on those. I will get those screws put in then, and then we will drop it down so that they're all 4 at the same spot. Installing the screen, which is 2 screws, and then plug in the cables. You're going to use the longer screws of the 4 in the accessory pack. So let's get the build plate installed first. So let's open up the cool colored tool kit that they send with it, which are pretty nice. Not gonna lie. They are quite nice. Like, they're colored, and not only are they colored, but they are rounded. Let's go back to this one real quick. They are rounded on one end, solid on the other, and they are coated with a coloring on them. And for these, we need the yellow. So let's get these in. Just so I'm not worried that I have a big, heavy build plate just hanging here. It is weird to me that these are basically mounting directly. Whoop. They're mounting directly with no spring in between. I would have assumed that the spring would have gone in between, but no. I guess it's more or less for upward force, but okay. With those, did it say something? I got to double check and see what it says about tightening them down. So let's go back to that part real quick. Once all corners are locked down with the screws, then tighten all 4 of them with the yellow wrench using the long side for better torque. So we have to crank them all the way tight. Okay. Because it says crank them, or it says to tighten them all up. So we'll get all 4 of them in, and then we will crank them down. What am I missing here in chat? Let me take a look. Clown hammer. No time between sunshine, especially here. Okay. Hey y'all. Thanks for the gifted bearded. Yep, that was really sweet of bearded. He is a good dude. Like I said, for anybody who was here and witnessed me basically throw my back out, if you're feeling like gifting or giving, please feel free. Not going to complain. PayPal, Cash App, Venmo if you want to send it right away. If you want to gift, feel free to gift. I prefer if you gift memberships. I agree with the Canuck creator on that one. Gifting memberships is a little bit nicer, and I'm hoping that in the month of June I'll actually be able to get a members only stream going. So I would appreciate it if you would gift memberships, but super chats and whatnot are all welcome as well. By the way, JPP, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. I'm just going to get these kind of finger tightened in here, and then we'll come back around with the wrench and tighten them down per what the instructions say, which is tighten it down. So we'll tighten them down till they're tightened. But we're going to get them started first. Did I show you guys in the instructions where it said that, or was it on the big camera? Okay, let's make sure. It says 110 on the side here, so this should be a 110 variant, so I shouldn't have to open anything. It says 110 right there instead of 240 or 220. Clayton, aloha from Hawaii, Oahu. Everyone, please smash the like button. Agree with Clayton 100%. If you would, please all smash that like button. Helps me out, and it will help me. It'll help me onto the road to recovery from this back pain that I'm going to be feeling more so later tonight and into tomorrow. I will be consuming a handful of ibuprofen because I'm going to feel this later if I don't. Hot shower, probably. And it did say to use the long end to torque these down, but I am going to kind of tighten them down until they stop. And then we'll torque it. There we go. Same thing on this side so I can tighten it down faster. We'll use the short end first till it bottoms out. Oh my goodness, I am feeling it. Can you tell by the way I'm standing? There we go. And tighten it down. Oh, I forgot a small piece right here I'll have to cut free. Let's get this one tightened down now. Bear with me, gang. I'll check and see if any of you have PayPal'd, Cash App'd, and Venmo'd and give you yells and shout outs because I do that kind of thing. There we go. And then we got one more left here. Tighten it down. Whew. Okay, that one's tight. And there we go. Torqued it down. It has been torquified. Let's cut this last strip here. There we go. That is done. And then it did say to grab this one, which was the one to check. And it says to put it on here. And then basically put it on here and lower them. We're going to lower it one side at a time and then come back and check. That way it's at least down at the right height. If we have to move the other side, we will, but I want to see how low it said to go when we do that part. Go back up. since we didn't drop it beforehand, we got to go back and see where it says that they should make contact. Okay, so put that back in against the back and twist it till it touches there. So top of the motor to bottom of the bracket, just so you guys can see what I'm talking about. See, they're saying basically top of the motor down here to top of the bracket here. So bottom of the top of the bracket, the bottom of the top bracket. There we go. So we take this like so, and okay, those are too far now. So now we got to twist these. Let's just twist them down real quick. Okay, let's see. That one is almost there. There we go. It's on the motor, touching. On the motor, touching. On the motor, touching, and on the motor, and we actually got to twist this one up just a little bit. So on the motor, touching. There we go. All right, there we go. Should be good there. Let's get that screen mounted, shall we? Let's scroll on down here now. We already got all this part done, all that part done. The screws are in, they are torqued down. Installing the screen, which is funny because they're showing the Wi-Fi antenna, which in my case, the Wi-Fi antenna is actually secured across the back of this. So it's already stuck to it and secured. There's no needing to mess with that. Power cable and the spatula, installing the screen. Again, it says to take out the 2 long screws. So let's find our screws here. I actually have 3 of each, but it says to take out 2 of the long screws of the 4 screws in the accessory kit, but I have 6 screws in my accessory kit. So we'll take out 2. It says to use the blue, and it is correct. The blue one, 2 of the longer ones. And then let's grab the screen here. And then let's see. All right. So the screws go all the way through and into the bracket, but I am noticing that this goes this way. So there are holes in the frame. The screws go through and into threaded holes in the bracket that hold the screen in place. And then the screen will be on. Let's just quickly tighten these down. Okay. And then give them a wrenching, because we are going into metal and it is threaded. So I'm not going to push too much and try to rip the threads out of the metal, but I want to make sure the screen is secured. There we go. I'll make it full screen before I rip that plastic off of there for you guys. Let's do that. Let's go to full screen so you guys can see a little better. And then let's do this. Let's go back here and let's zoom in and go up. There you go. Look at this. See this? We're not ripping that off just yet. We're going to plug in the 2 cables. We're going to come over the top with those because going under I think won't have enough. But let's see here. HDMI cable plugged in and USB cable plugged in. There we go. I think let's go down the line and let's see what's next. How you doing? Look at his face. Does this look like the face of a guy who's like working hard? Oh, hold on. I told you guys I would check this real quick. Let me check it. Hey, if anybody wants to buy me a new phone, let me know. I broke my phone the other day. Yeah. Nope. Nothing nowhere. Okay. Not a big deal, gang. I understand. We got events coming up. Everybody's got to save money for the events. So I completely understand. Don't worry about it. But I wanted to show you guys my phone. If I didn't show you yesterday, I broke my screen. So if anybody wants to buy me a new phone, because, you know, wouldn't do me any good to not ask. But you don't have to. I'm going to keep streaming anyway and just work with my broken phone. Okay. So I'm going to go down the instructions here real quick. I'll let you guys stare at my wife and my eye smooching in the background there. Do you guys see it? You guys see that little smoochy smooch in the background there? All right. Screen is mounted. Cables are plugged in. And now it's time to install the filament rack, as they call it. Okay. So let's get back to this real quick. Let me go back here. Let's go to the right screen. Okay, see, they're telling me now is the time to pull this off. So are you ready? Let me go back to full screen again. Hold on. The instructions say to do this now. Ready? Ready? I'm sorry, the microphone probably won't pick it up, but I doubt the microphone's going to get this, but I don't know if you heard that, but there you go. There you go. There you go. All right. There's that. Now we got to build the filament rack, as they call it. It's a filament rack. That's what they said, not me. Fresh peel. You are correct, Icon. You are correct. All right. So now I'm going to scroll down a little bit here. And it says to take the lock out, push it through, facing that way. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to jump back here so you guys can kind of see. It says these are the pieces we need. And then we take the back snap cover off, or the little lock ring off the back, push it through, and then twist it into place. So, down here in the little camera, we're going to hold this some way. There we potentially go. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. It was just a, sorry guys, I had to like twist and like wiggle. And then we push it through this way. So this part's the back, this part's the front. Spool holder like so. And then we take the clip and put it back over. Get it to line up and drop in. Get it lined up right. There we go. Just had to use a little more force to push it in, and then twist it. Twist the whole thing. There's a spot here you can grab with your hand. Grab this and then twist it till it latches, and there you go. And this is a bearinged spool holder, so there is bearing front and rear. So it does spinny spin. There's that. And then it says to put together the part for the PTFE tube. So let's grab this one, which is the bar and the threaded, the fitting for the PTFE tube. Take this. Let's see. We're laying it the same way. So these will go this way, so it'll lay the same way. It's backwards for you guys, I'm sorry. But then it's laying the same way as it is in the instructions, and then we thread this into the top, into the hole. There we go. It's threaded in there. There's that. Now, scrolling down, it shows that the two kind of weird angles line up over the top of each other. So we set this way, and we set this, nope, this way. There we go. So these go like this. So for me, it goes like this. Goes like this. Like this. Here. So for me, happy extruder, good to see you. For me, it goes this way, guys. It goes like this. And that would be how it goes. So, let me scroll down in the instructions here. It goes into the inside 2 holes. There's 4 holes on the back side, I believe. Nope, right here on this side. Right here on this side. There are 4 holes, and it goes on the closest to the front. And then it goes like, again, it goes like this. And like this. And then we have to put screws in. Okay, so let's figure out which screws we need. I'll get them in. I'm not moving this thing again, guys. I'm sorry. I know you would like me to turn it so you can see it better, but I'm just not doing it because it hurt. Using the shorter ones, and then you put your PTFE tube in and then run it over. So, they did not give me blue PTFE tube. This is white. The instructions do show blue. So, you know, it's heavy. Yes, heavy is an understatement. It is freaking massive. These guys watch me pull it by myself out of the box, Happy Extruder. So, I pulled this thing out of the box by myself. I lifted it from my car to the table it's sitting on in the box, then took it off the table in the box and set it on the floor, and then took it out of the box and put it on the table, and then picked it up on the table and turned it around again. I have punished myself today, and it's for the greater good. So, yes, your wife helped you. I'm glad you had some help, because doing it by myself hurt, but it was worth it for the greater good. I'll say it again and I'll say it again. It's for the greater good. We're keeping a Magneto X first gen from dying by the wayside. We're going to bring it to life. We're going to work on it. We're going to see if it needs anything. If it does, we're going to make that happen. And we're going to make it a good printer. That is the plan. That is the hope. Okay. So, set you down for a minute. Put 1 screw through. These are the shorter screws now, guys. There are 4. Remember it said, you know, I remember I said there was 4 screws. It says 4 screws is what you need. These are the shorter screws. I'm going to get 1 started and then we'll worry about the rest. And I am starting it with my belly. I am resting it on my belly here. So if you have a belly, I suggest using it. And if anybody tells you that having a belly is of no use, show them this video. Show them this video of me using my belly, utilizing what I have to make do with what I need, right? It's just a matter of getting stuff lined up now so that the screws will go in the hole properly. No man has ever had a problem getting a screw in a hole, correct? Just making sure I'm not cross-threading nothing, going slow and taking my time. Back it out if you need to. Do not cross-thread into threaded aluminum frame. Will not be good. Give me a moment, I will come read chat. But let me get these 2 screws kind of tightened down. There we go. Spool holder here. PTFE tube here, so spool goes here, PTFE tube goes from here to here, and there you go. I will help. Let me know. I worked on the first gen. Sweet, Happy, that's awesome. Yeah, this is since you're just getting here, let me do this real quick. Let me back this out now. Wow, look at that. Can we go all the way out? Is that all the way out? Yep, okay. So, Happy, in case you don't know, I was lucky enough to have a friend in the community who reached out to Peopoly and said, if you guys happen to have one in this guy's area, he's more than happy to go get it. I took a 3.5-hour trip down south, another 3.5-hour trip back home, so I got about 7.5 hours with stop for breaks and whatnot. about a 7.5 hour day today, going down to Southern Illinois, picking this up and bringing it home. And I am too impatient to wait to schedule a stream. So I got home, got the box out of the car, and started a stream because I wanted to play with this thing. I've wanted to play with this printer since last year when they released it. And since this is a Gen 1, I am well aware that there are all kinds of issues that came up with the Gen 1s that they learned from and came out with the Gen 2 that had a lot of the fixes already in it. My understanding is as I find things cross roads, I just let them know and we will figure out getting things replaced as needed. I'm hoping that I get one of the I hope I get one of the very not so troublesome ones. But since we all know my luck, it's a good chance we're going to have problems along the way. I hope not. Boy, I pray we don't. But we will cross bridges as we need to. Peopoly are great people over there. Yeah, I so far my experiences with them have been pretty good. I mean, we've talked about this printer. I did get lucky that it does have the enclosure. So that'll be phase 2. Phase 1 is get it turned on. We'll get power to it. We'll turn it on. We'll get it connected to my Wi-Fi. And then we'll see if there's any updates that need to get to it. Get that done. But for right now, I just want to put the PTFE tube on. Because I think that's pretty much it. Let me look. Fixing the PTFE tube from point A to point B. The Wi-Fi antenna, which mine was already connected, so I think that might be something they did after the fact, because my Wi-Fi antenna was not just sitting in there. And then initial checks. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's get the PTFE tube in first. So I'm kind of going down the instructions. I'm maybe bouncing around a little bit, but we're sticking to what the instructions are telling us. So first things first, it actually says to plug this part in first over here. And this does have a clip, so I'm going to take the clip out. I'm going to push the PTFE tube. Wait a minute. This PTFE tube is smushed on both ends. So let me find my PTFE cutter, because it is smushed, guys. Look at this. I want to show you guys because I don't want you guys to think I'm like joshing, BSing, whatever. Look at that. They're both smushed and it's new out of the bag. So Peopoly. Good thing I have a cutter somewhere. Smells like I might have a dead mouse in here. Ooh, it does smell like I might have a dead mouse in this cabinet. Oh, it's a bit gut-wrenching. All right, where is my PTFE cutter? I know I have a PTFE cutter around here somewhere. I have several PTFE cutters. That's the messed up part. Like, I know I have PTFE cutters. And of course, right now, I happen to need one, and I don't have one. Like, readily accessible. Opening that cabinet made my stomach sick. That's bad to admit, guys. I'm sorry, but I think I might have something in there that's not alive. And right now is not the time, because my belly is feeling it, and it won't be a great stream if I do that. I mean, for you guys, it'll be an amazing stream, but for me, no. 400 by 300 by 300-ish, yes. Kenneth, good to see you, Kenneth. Hope you're doing well. Looking for a PTFE cutter real quick, because this PTFE tube is not good and we will not get filament through it. That end is like rock hard. So I'm looking for a PTFE cutter. I know I have some. It's just figuring out where the heck I have one. All right, we're going back in the cabinet of nastiness, or at least it smells like nastiness. Trying not to breathe. Trying not to breathe through my nose anyway. If I find a mouse, you're going to know it. You're going to see me like throw a dead thing out of here. My only question is how the hell would a mouse have gotten up in here? Because this cabinet's not like easily accessible for small little woodland creatures. Dropping stuff. Man, why's the hang up got to be the fact that I just can't find a PTFE cutter right now? What is up with that? Ugh. Dag nabbit. PTFE. I thought I set a cutter like on the desk so it would be easy for me to find if I needed it. I thought I had one here. Easy to get to in case I needed it. Mixed in with all my stuff. No. Well, I do have a razor blade, and I can do the old roll and snip, but I don't like that idea. I like it's a PTFE cutter. It does PTFE cutting things, you know? This is where I need to spend a day just organizing my office. I just need to spend a day hanging out, watching streams, and organizing my office better. You know, if I just do that, I'd have less problems. I would have way less problems. Okay. Well, I have a razor blade. It's not ideal, but it will work. We'll do the gentle roll and snip so we don't collapse the tube. If I have a problem with extrusion, you guys remind me that I was dumb and to not do that. You can feed directly to the extruder. True for testing. True, true. David Wilson, good to see you, sir. Hope you're doing well. David Wilson is an amazing individual. You can try it without the Bowden tube for testing. You are correct, guys. You are correct. I'm going to just do the old roll and press. And we'll see. Oh, there we go. Yeah, roll and press. Look at that. Nice and round. It doesn't look like it did. See, there's the piece I cut off. And then there's the nice round open hole. So there we go. Let's do that on the other side real quick. We're just nipping off a little bit. Roll and gently press, and it'll dig down into it. And then there we go. Look. Looky, looky. Let me get all that out of the way. See, again, though, like I said, I had white tube, not blue, and the guide shows blue tube. So they must have upgraded something from Gen 1 to Gen 2. This is pretty long, so I'm assuming this is probably what I need. Okay. I don't know that I need that long of a piece, but we'll kind of ride with it. Let's grab the clip. We're in the hot end now. David Wilson, don't you have a Magneto? Didn't you get a Magneto? And is yours a Gen 1 or a Gen 2 if you did? Okay. That seems like it's going to be getting in the way a lot. So I probably should cut some of that off and make it a little bit shorter. Does it say to cut it? Finally complete the installation with the Teflon tube. Nope, it doesn't. But we're going to cut off some of it. Let me see roughly where I gotta go with it. keep a nice flow into about here. There we go. We're going to use the enclosure box. There we go. That should be plenty good. Yeah. It's got a nice loop. It drops down in at the farthest front corner. So the rest of it. And I know this was part of the pre-check. I cheated a little bit, guys. Okay. The only thing I don't like is how the camera cable comes out. Wish it would have came out underneath, but it comes out over the top. So should be okay though. Yeah, it'll be fine. It will be fine. Yes, not sure. Probably Gen 1. I haven't had it on for months. Okay, well, there's print that can hold the gantry. You can find it in the wiki as well. I will check that out, Happy. You can feed directly. We already got that part. Yep. The antenna is on. The container, the plastics and all that fun stuff. All right. Now, final inspection. Give the printer one last inspection to ensure everything looks correct and all parts are secured. Double check that all tools and accessories are accounted for and that the workspace is clean and free of all packaging. Nothing there. We're good. We are good. There is a little oil from, I'm assuming, just the shipping and whatnot. There's a little oil on the base here. But I think we're good. There we go. Okay. I don't see any tools anywhere. Tools are all over there. Way over there. Here's this guy. This guy. Antenna for the Wi-Fi is right there. All we have to do is snag power. When we're ready. We're not necessarily ready just yet. We're not just yet ready. But let's see. It's off. We're going to plug it in. Okay. It is off. It is plugged in, but it is off. Pull the dipstick and see if the low on oil. Shrimp Daddy, what's going on, brother? Yep, Peopoly, Magneto X, first gen. But let's see here, hold on. Initial checks. Before connecting the power, double check that all cables and components are properly installed, secured. Did. HDMI and power cord. Okay. Now we need to check the linear motion, which it says move the tool head with below. Move the tool head like below on both X and Y axes. Should be able to move easily. Okay. Again, pull it back here. I think that's pretty easy, right? Looks like it's moving pretty easy to me. So there we go. There's that. I had a piece of wood, not metal, wood. It will shake the table to death. You are correct, Happy. It will. Therefore, we're not going to go super crazy on this little table. Once we've got it doing something, we'll pick something better for it. If it wasn't so deep and so wide, I would put it up here. But this is not deep enough for it. So I may end up having to just add on to this like I originally had talked about and coming out to like here. And then just set this right there for now. So yeah, we will cross our fingers though. All right, so we moved everything around and it did. Connect the power. This does say 110 on it, and it is 110 US. Power is plugged in. Now it says to flip the power switch. And then we need to look at the output on the HDMI display. So let me zoom you guys into the HDMI display. There we go. I'm going to turn on the power. You guys can see the display. See? Ready? Is it normal to hear clicking and popping when you turn this thing on? Like, originally there was like noise. Is it normal to hear noise? The floor works for you? Happy, if my floor was good, I would put it on the floor. And then Matt, yes? Yes. Well, it ran through some stuff. Clipper screen is up. Clipper is attempting to start. Let's see if Clipper will start, if it will talk to the printer. Both of my lights down here, down there, the lights are both green and the buttons are pressy if I needed to. Clicking is normal. Thank you, Happy. You can see me back here, right there. See, look, let me turn. So, you like that? But clicking is normal, and normal is good. Clipper is attempting to start. Does it say anything in here about Clipper is attempting to start? And if it should, after the system starts up, the screen will show below. It does not currently. And we will give it a few, and we'll even tell it to restart just to make sure. Yes. You know, while I'm waiting, let me step in front of you. Go to Menu, Network. We are not seeing the Wi-Fi's. So we did get the error. So let's do firmware restart. We'll see if firmware restart will do anything. Clipper is attempting to start up. If that doesn't work, we'll tell it to do a Clipper restart or do a full reboot just to make sure. You can reseat the screen cable before you restart everything. USB-C, yes. This USB-C cable is a bit on the abused side, shall we say. It looks like it might have had a bit of, because it was packaged, so. I flipped it over. So we'll see if it's a USB-C cable issue, because if that is the case, we'll pop the panel and plug a different C cable in. Yeah. You had trouble with Wi-Fi, went all wired Ethernet. Yeah, is there an Ethernet port on this thing accessible? I don't see an actual like Ethernet port. Don't get me wrong, it's not hard to run a network cable to it. But you would have thought they would have put like somewhere on this thing like a network port. Would have made sense. All right. Clipper is attempting to start. Let's restart Clipper. System restart. Continue. Let's just do a system reboot. We'll give it that. We'll give it a system reboot. You have to flip on its side. Whew. Can't I just take this cover off on the top here? Open the top cover up. I mean, I'll do what I got to do. I will do what I got to do. We're going to give it a reboot. See what happens. You have plenty of USB ports on the right lower side. Right lower side, there's USB ports. There's no USB ports down here. Unless you're talking underneath. If you're talking underneath there, yeah. Lots of screws to take the covers off. Yeah. Okay, well, Clipper is attempting to start. See what happens. Oof. You know, I did not actually look underneath to see if there was anything there. If I tip this to its, tip it to one side or the other, I could tip it to the rear, and then it would put it towards you guys. You know, but menu, network. Yeah, the Wi-Fi is not coming up at all. Oh, wait. Something did pop up. Hold on. There we go. They're coming up now. But mine is not. It's weird that it sees networks, but it doesn't see mine. What are you doing? Go back to menu. Go back to network. We'll give it a minute. Wireless networks did start popping up. So we'll give it a minute. You'd like the photo that you used? Yes, it is 2.4 and 5. You have given the first gen, or you have to give the first gen a minute? Yeah. So let me tap it again, and then let's just patiently wait. You're being looked at. Do you not like being looked at? Sassy little screen. See, it's not showing nothing. Let me tap it again. There we go. I saw it. I saw it. It is funny that it sees a hidden network. Like my wireless access point is like right up there on the wall. He'll be back. Who will be back? I'm going to go look on X real quick and see what Vince did. X.com. At 109 dropped frames. Wow. Oh, your back was facing us. Yeah. You go here. Oh, I got a message. Who did I get a message from? Ah. Ah. Roger that to the person that, oh. Thank you, Vince. I do quite enjoy that image. That is just beautiful. If you guys haven't seen it yet, here, hold on. Let me click on it. Let me post this. If you're on X, go check this out. If you're on X, go check it out. Have to run. Good luck with the Magneto. Thank you, David Wilson. I'm hoping so. Okay, let me refresh again and let's see if it comes up this time. There we go. That's one of them. It's not the one that I was looking for, but if it can see it, let's connect to it. You guys like staring at my backside? Get it connected to at least a wireless network here near me. Possibly. Failed to connect, it said. Hidden network 1, hidden network 2. I don't think the hidden networks are mine, because I don't have my network hidden, so that's weird. It says hidden network 1 and hidden network 2. It keeps showing up. Poity, what's going on, good sir? Hey, Poity, don't go back and watch this. Don't go back and watch this from the beginning, because you'll be really mad at me. You'll yell at me. You'll tell me I'm an idiot. Let's just say I am going to need a hot shower and some pain meds. Let's just say I'm gonna need a hot shower and some pain meds, because you as well as some other folks here know how heavy this girthy thing is, and I don't. Do you see anyone else out here? Do you see? Just strong like bull. And I also took it out of my car and carried it in here. So don't do things like that. I know, but I tell everybody, don't do what I do. You know, did you see Poity on X, what Vince posted? It was awesome. However, Poity, this is a first gen, and it is definitely giving me first gen issues, because Wi-Fi is not wanting to connect. It's not wanting to connect to the control board down below. I'm about to tip it so that I can get under it and get in there. The Wi-Fi antenna was already stuck on mine, so I'm confused by that myself, but don't tip it. So you want me to take the whole top panel off here? You want me to take this out? Is that what you're telling me, Poity? You're telling me I should just take this out? So take out this screw, 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 this screw. And then I should be able to just take this panel off. Is that what you're telling me? Right side. Take off the right side panel. So take off these screws. Take off this side. Okay. So you're telling me I should just take the panel off. So I should stop talking and start doing? Ethernet port. Yes. Well, let's see here. It's now showing me my Wi-Fi again. Let's go back. And we're not getting it to connect, Poity. It's not wanting to connect. So it takes a bit sometimes to show up. Yes, it is. It's taking quite a bit. But you're saying take off this side. This thing is a beast. I will say that construction-wise, they definitely did not skimp on material. Everybody else was telling me just to tip it on its side. So it takes a bit sometimes to show up. See, the newer firmware helps. Yeah, as soon as I can, I will. This cap lock's on. Shut the machine down. There, Dad. Take all the fun out of it. Happy I got to mess with you. Oh, let's get these loosened up. We'll take the side panel off. Since I am a one-man show, I don't necessarily want to kill myself. Oh. Uh-oh. Manufacturing defect. We have a cross-threaded screw, it feels like. We have one cross-threaded screw. Let me see. Maybe. It appears as though it could be. It didn't come out as easy as the rest of them so far. I do have the enclosure kit, by the way, Poity. It is the enclosure kit that did come with it. So this does have an enclosure kit. That'll be a later thing. Right now, it's get it up and get it working. So since you're here, Poity, I'll tell you, it is the enclosure kit in that box. So we do have an enclosure kit for it too. So at some point, this will be a big monster enclosed printer sitting in here. And I'm hoping that we can get it working, because I'd like to use it to print my lab racks, because I want to make a lab racks, little 10-inch mini lab or mini rack. Okay. We have all the screws out now for this one panel. I'm going to set them all over here so I don't lose them and they don't get near the magnets. And then we're going to take this panel off. What is, oh, hold on. There we go. Ta-da! Okay, so yeah, we have many USBs, Ethernet, USB-C. There's several USB cables that are like hot glued in place here and many other USBs. So there's an Ethernet cable. Let me find an Ethernet cable. I have a network cable up here somewhere. I just hope it's long enough. Let me move this out of the way. Oh, even this thing is crazy. Go through and update the firmware. That is going to be, yes, a thing I'm going to do. The newer version than mine, I'm jealous. This is a newer version than yours, Poity? Well, you got like one of the OGs. So, sorry guys, I had an itchy back. Let's see, can I pull? Can I get enough no, dadgummit. Let's see if we have another long network cable floating around here somewhere that we can use. I have network cables all over, but I don't know that I have a full network cable that isn't, yeah, this one doesn't have an end on it. Dadgummit. Let me see down here. What do we got? That's pretty short. What's this one? Not long enough. Dagnabbit. It's a hateful creature. Yes. I'm kind of seeing that. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Aha. I know these are, I think these are 10 footers, so it should be plenty long enough to make it from a switch that I have right here. Let's see. Let me get it in the switch. I have a little gigabit switch right here behind my monitor that you guys can't see. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay. Ta-da. Come up underneath for right now. Plug that in. There we go. Okay. Cables. I'm going to leave this side panel off for right now, guys. Don't yell at me. Okay? I'm going to leave that side panel off for a moment. Just for now. Just bear with me. Slide the table. No. I'm not moving this table right now. I favor what little bit of back I have left. Okay. In. On. So, Happy. Am I, Happy Poity, either one of you or both of you, am I good to get into this thing and run all the updates and stuff? Like, do all the update stuff? Can you add me in with Discord? Poity, no, I don't have all that stuff set up, but we'll work on that for next time. I'll just use StreamYards and I'll just bring you in that way. But I'm gonna sit down for a minute now. I'm gonna move stuff out of the way. I'm gonna pull my chair back in. Okay. Let's see something real quick. Menu, network. We have an IP address. So I can get into it via an IP address now. We need to determine which version of firmware you are on. Okay, is SSH an option? And if so, what is the default SSH credentials? If SSH is not at the moment, then we don't, we just go to the website. We log in through the website. Needed to, yeah, okay, hold on. What Poity said, yes, bear with me. I'm going to lock this real quick. And I'm going to move all my tools. The wiki is your friend. I will go to the wiki. Bear with me. I'm moving things around so that they're not in my way. For right now, though, let's go to 2.168.0.52 and bring up the mainsail interface. And go to machine. Distro mainsail OS version 1.2.1, and it doesn't tell me anything more than it's AArch 64-bit. It is running Bullseye 11, and we are getting Mag Tool unable to connect. So that is the error we have right now, is Mag Tool unable to connect. So let me go to the wiki. Hold on a second. Ready? 192.168.0.2. All right, we are on the setup guide. Let me jump back over here. All right, extruder light check. I didn't check the extruder light. Extruder LED, observe the lights on the extruder. The one on the left is power, and it should be red, while the LED on the right is the load cell screen sensor and is green. Both lights should be steady with no flickering. Let me look at those real quick. Mag tool, you need to check the cables on top and the ones that lead to the inside connector. Yours might look different and happy. The older version you had to do CAN bus scan, and it auto does the UUID. Okay. Yeah, because that's the error I'm getting right now is mag, and actually I have a flashing red light and no green light at the moment. So on my tool head board, we have a flashing red light. We have nothing else. And it is stuck in place right now. None of the motors, like none of the motion will move. Everything is like stuck in place. So are we saying the best thing for me right now is going to be to go ahead and just SSH in and do like the updates and stuff? Is that going to be a good place to start, you think? No. Mine currently just has a power LED flashing. Just this red LED is flashing. I don't have the load cell green LED lit up. And those motors are done. So that's fine. It's not connected yet. Okay. Manually check the X and Y, which I cannot manually push that thing along with it powered on right now. It is not working. May have to use the TF card method. Okay. If an anomaly, hold on here. Normal state, LED is green. Abnormal state, LED is red. Left LED status, right LED status. Left button disables XY linear motion. Press and hold for 3 seconds. Right button enables clear XY motion. So if I were to press the left button and hold it, it should, in theory, release the motors. Is that my understanding? So that I would be able to move things around? Okay, so slicer, test print. I don't have any of... okay, where is Magneto X? Let's click on this. Upgrades, how to assemble the linear motion, maintenance, troubleshooting. I'm assuming we probably got to go to troubleshooting. My understanding is this is a Gen 1 that was ordered new, has been sitting in box, and was replaced with a Gen 2. So I was told this is a Gen 1. Let me look at the sticker in the back corner there. Product, Magneto X. Doesn't say anything about being a Gen 1 or a Gen 2, but yeah, my guesstimation is it's a Gen 1. I was told it was a Gen 1. I'm going to go with it's a Gen 1. And there's no like Gen 2 on the sticker or anything like that. Open the second box. Because the second box will have the enclosure, which is different from Gen 1 to Gen 2. Gen 2 upgrade parts? No, it is the enclosure. It is the enclosure. Ugh. So it is an enclosure, Boydie. Not the Gen 2 upgrade parts. It is a Gen 1 through and through. But we're opening the box to make sure that I was properly informed that it was an enclosure. I want to make sure that I was properly informed and it is the enclosure because it doesn't say anything on the box. There is a lot of panels in here and some PTFE tubes, some screws, some hinges. There is a lot of panels and a ribbon cable, or no, this is stripping, or yeah, it is adhesive tape. So there's adhesive tape, a whole stack of panels, some 3D printed parts, and a bag of hardware, twist wire connectors, screws, and underneath it is the rounded and flat extrusions to assemble the lid enclosure, but a good version. LOL. Tuck those in, tuck those back in, put that back. There we go. So yeah, it is definitely the enclosure. 3D Print 7, what's up, man? How you doing? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. On the wiki, you should have the update TFT image. Okay. So on the wiki, let's see here. Still trying to get to 50. You'll get there, brother. You get there. You will get there. So you're telling me is I just need to add in the English Magneto X, So let's copy that. Is it /content though? Let's paste that in there. Let's see. No, that's definitely not it. So let's take out the Magneto part. What is this? Content. Oh, content /English. No. All right. Let's just do this. Take out that part. English Magneto X. There we go. Ta-da! Helps if I put in the paste it in the right way. He needs to follow the steps. One of them, I believe, flashes the ESP32 and load cell. Skipping them might cause issues. Okay. So, well, man. I am not going to lie to you guys. I am wore out. It has been a long day. So my brain is not completely all there. We may have to make this another stream to continue on. But it is just, in general, just cool to have it here and set up. Menu, settings, back, system. It does say full update, but it doesn't say what updates are there. Let's go refresh real quick. Checking for updates. It's not finding anything. However, it updated the internet to be way off, or the time to be way off. Are you getting, hold on. Okay, so you're getting the menu screen when it boots up. He's not getting the menu screen that I saw. It is coming up with the error about the mag tool unconnected. Menu, settings, no, menu, system, restart printer. Let's let it restart again. Let's just see. Orange pie. Okay, so it uses an orange pie. Sometimes the old shut up and reboot seems to work. Let's see here. The error came up on testing. It was the cable inside the rear back was loose. Okay. The one thing that I understand, but I just want to make sure of is all of these things are hot snotted in place. Ugh. I'm going to need to do a little homework here, I think. Because realistically, I could just grab an SD card, throw it in there, and do its thing. Set the MCU UUID. Does that actually work to get the ID? Because I have it up here. Let's retry. Paste. Whoops. Dang it. What you just posted. Yes, what you just posted. Oh, cool. So yeah, it does show the ID. So there's that. I'm going back and reading through. So follow the initial setup steps. Okay. 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 Okie dokie, okay. But yeah. So guess who dozed off? Clownhammer. Was it you? Did you doze off? So what I should do is go back into the Magneto X and then start in the troubleshooting FAQs, including where to seek help, guide to put the linear motor error code on the touchscreen, guide to retrieve error codes for the linear motors, X-axis, Y-axis, system boot up troubleshooting. Probably want to start under there. Had a nice little nap. Oh, I'm glad you had a nice little nap there, Clownhammer. It's definitely a good thing. We need to nap from time to time. Okay. This girthy mammoth thing. Oh. Let me see something. Okay. I unlocked the motors. It was just frightening me with them staying hot for a while. Oh, my daughter's calling, guys. Give me just a few here real quick. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I'm back. But I'm only back for a minute, guys, because I was talking to my daughter, and then my wife called while I was talking to my daughter. So I ran in the house to talk to my wife while I was talking to my daughter. And then my wife was like, I'm hungry. Will you please make me food? My wife is not feeling well, so I have to go make dinner for the missus, guys. But it is out of the box. It is here. We just need to troubleshoot. Poity, Happy Extruder, I will get with you guys outside of here, do some research, do some homework, and figure out what steps will need to be taken to get this thing up and going. I do want to point out something that I thought was pretty cool. This is the side of the build plate that they had up, right? That's pretty freaking sweet. That it comes with like a textured like build plate on the other side. So that's going to be pretty cool for like making stuff. So that's pretty awesome that it comes from Peopoly this way. So that's pretty awesome, I think. Sent you the steps for that error. All right. Thank you, Happy. Thank you. Thank you. Poity, also thank you. Thank you. And I will get with you guys. I'm going to go in and make the missus some dinner. She is not feeling well, so I'm going to go make her some dinner. Probably eat something myself because I haven't eaten all day. Again, got up at 6:30 this morning, was on the road by about 8:30-ish, and got home about 2 hours ago. So got home, got the printer out of the car, got it on the table, and went from there. So for right now, I'm going to shut this down because I don't want to leave it unattended and plugged in until I know that it is a good, stable machine. Thank you for spending 2 hours with me while we got this out of the box, got this thing set up, got the stuff connected, got everything all where it kind of is right now. So, I mean, there we go. It's at least connected to the network via Ethernet. We have a network cable plugged into it. It'll have a network cable plugged into it back there when we move it back there after we build the enclosure and put the enclosure parts on once we get it running. So for right now, it is a Clipper is attempting to start. That's what we're getting right now. Is it using USB-C to connect? Does anybody know? No, it goes USB, standard USB to USB-C is what it uses in the cable there. So let's pull that up a little bit more. And then the HDMI. Pull those up a little bit more, give them a little more slack. They were pretty taut. And then the only other USB cable is the camera cable, which, you know, okay. Speaking of, this camera has a lens cover over it. It has a little rubber lens cover over it. It's a good thing I noticed that now. Inside you have a connection to the Pi as well. Yeah, I did see that there is a USB-C, it looks like, a USB-C cable that I can plug in to connect that to whatever. So, yeah, it looks like I do see there's 1, 2, 3, 4 standard USB, 5 standard USBs on this thing. Jesus. This thing's like a USB beast. Well, I wish we would have got lucky and it would have been to just turn it on, fire it up, and it'd be good to go, but it is not. I will get with Poity and Happy. I'll get with you gentlemen outside of here. We'll chat, figure some things out, and then I'll do some research into what the next steps will be. I don't think I'll be streaming tomorrow because my daughter's birthday party, two of them, their birthday party is tomorrow. So we're having their birthday party together tomorrow since one daughter's birthday is tomorrow and the other daughter's birthday is middle of the week. So we're just going to have one party together for both of them. And yeah, then Monday starts back to work for me. So hopefully in the evenings after work, we'll be able to do some more streaming and troubleshooting. And don't forget, Thursday is the giveaway stream, the 2K Plus giveaway stream. So yeah, you guys, my usual spiel, stay out, stay out, happy 3D printing and all those fun things. Don't forget that an old or new old printer is better than no printer. Put in the time. It's worth it. When it works, you'll be happy. Put in the time. Sometimes you got to walk away for a while or a little bit, just long enough to clear your head from what you've been doing. So that's what I'm going to do. Bye, guys. Talk to you guys on the next one.